Welcome back to Scottish Movies, and it's time to show you my complete 4K movie collection. Let's get started. Okay, so yeah, I got a 4K player about 2 years ago now, and I have got a few titles. I've not got loads, and they're pretty random. I base my 4Ks mostly off just picking up like movies I want. I've not got maybe on Blu-ray or DVD. And there's a few in the collection that I have upgraded from Blu-ray, not many. It's like, I don't own all the Disney titles on 4K, all the Marvel titles on 4K. I'm not too bothered about getting them. Star Wars is something I want to upgrade onto 4K. I've got a few titles, but not all of them. But yeah, anyway, I'll get started now. So, first one in my collection, this is an upgrade, is Ready Player One. I think they picked this up for about a £5 from CEX. Actually came with the slip as well, which makes a change. Yeah, absolutely love this film. And yeah, when I seen it was so sort of cheap on 4K, I thought I've got to upgrade. It'll probably look really good in 4K. I'll be honest, I've not had a chance to check it out again yet. And I'll be saying that about a lot of these 4Ks that I've not had a chance to check them out yet. But anyway, that's Ready Player One. Next tile is another one I picked up in CX, again with a nice slip, and that's Early Man. I think I paid about a £5 for this, again on a voucher as well. Yeah, nice slip there. I remember quite liking this film. It's one of the films from the guys that did Wallace and Gromit. Yeah, I think I remember saw it on the pictures back in the day. But yeah, it was only cheap, so I thought I'll pick it up. I didn't have it on Blu-ray, so there you go. Next one is another CX pickup. Unfortunately, I didn't get a slip with this, and I've still not watched it. And that is Mortal Kombat from last year. I do need to get this watched. I did a video a while back about me first time watches, and give everyone a choice of which film to watch, which film do I watch, and this was the winner, but I've still not got around to watching it or doing a follow-up video, so I do need to get onto that. But yeah, that's Mortal Kombat. Look forward to watching it eventually. Next one again is a CX pickup, and I'll be watching this come Christmas. I didn't own this on Blu-ray, so yeah, I picked it up, and that's Home Alone, first film. Yeah, I look forward to watching this at Christmas. Next one I picked up, I think it was in FOP, I can't remember. It might have been one of the deals where the HMV has a 4K for like $9.99 with any purchase, I think, if I remember rightly. I think that's what it was. I picked up Sonic the Hedgehog, the first movie. As I'm filming this, the sequel's actually out today, so I do want to actually pick that up on 4K at some point. Maybe when it goes a bit cheaper. But yeah, I do enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog. And again, another one I've still not got around to watching it yet on 4K. But yeah, I didn't have it as a Blu-ray, so yeah, I picked the 4K up. Now, the next two are basically Star Wars titles. Now, I picked these up when Argos was having that mega sale, and they were practically giving 4Ks away. I can't remember what I paid for these, but it wasn't a lot. I know the first one I got was Rogue One. This awesome movie, probably the best of anything Disney's put out, to be fair, movie wise, definitely. Yeah, so I picked that up on 4K for, like I said, it was probably about £5 or something. I can't remember. But I've not got around to watching it yet again. And the other one I got from Argos at the time was Force Awakens. Again, that was about the same. Not got around to watching this on 4K. But yeah, I do want to get all the Star Wars movies on 4K though. There's a huge fan. That is one franchise that I will upgrade to, along with probably Back to the Future at some point as well. But yeah, for now, so I've just got those two for now. Okay, and the next one is a box set I picked up. This is again a set of movies that I didn't own on Blu-ray. I've not had the DVDs for quite a while either, and I think I can't remember what I paid for it, but it was quite a good price at the time, and that was the Mummy trilogy on 4K. Yeah, all three movies. Yeah, I really enjoy these movies. I've not got around to watching. In fact, I need to get onto the Mummy Returns because I've heard the Scorpion King at the end is a bit of a shocker. But yeah, I do need to get onto these. But yeah, I had to get that in the collection. And the next lot of films is movies that I picked up as part of the sort of like the monster movies. Now the first one, I got this for about £5 or £6, and it's a double pack. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, and that's Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, just like dirt cheap. I can't remember where I got it from, but it is literally just the 4Ks as well, not the Blu-rays. That's probably why it was a bit cheaper. But I own all the Blu-rays on these movies anyway, and I do want to upgrade the rest of the Jurassic Park franchise to 4K as well. So at some point I'll get that. I'll get those as well. Next one I picked up. This was for about £3 or £4, and this was from, I think it was from Rare Waves, and it's The Meg, about a giant shark with Jason Statham. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I think this was pointed out on Movie Mad's page at the time as a pretty cheap deal, so I thought that would be a nice one to add to the old monster collection. And following up with that, we've got some Dwayne Johnson in Rampage. I picked this up for a few quid, I think, in CX as well. Fortunately, got no slip, but can't have everything. I don't mind this movie. I remember loving the game when I was a kid, and still today I think it's a classic game. And I think they did not a bad job with this movie. My only issue with probably Rampage was that I thought The Rock's character was a bit, I don't know, there wasn't much to him. Didn't really have many one-liners, considering what was going on. He was a bit bland as a character, but I suppose it ultimately is all about the monsters. So, and yeah, they did a good job. So yeah, that's Rampage. Next up, I've got the Godzilla Kong movies. First up, I've got Godzilla 2014. I picked this up not too long ago. It's part of a 2 for 20 or something. I can't remember what it was. But I had to get upgrade so we had them all. This was the last one I was waiting to get. So that's, yeah, Godzilla 2014. And again, I've not got round to watching it on 4K yet. Then I've got, obviously, Kong Skull Island. And also Godzilla King of the Monsters. And finally, Godzilla vs Kong. I think these movies just looking to look awesome in 4K. It's just, I don't know, what's better in the best picture quality possible than two giant monsters kicking the shit out of each other, basically. Yeah, it should be awesome. But yeah, that's the sort of Monsterverse. Okay, next we'll move on to the sort of superhero movies that I've got. Now the first thing to show you is actually the first 4K that I actually bought, and this is one that I didn't own my own Blu-ray at the time, and the 4K was dirt cheap, and I didn't even have the 4K player at the time, so I waited to obviously get me 4K player to play it, and that was Venom. I don't mind this movie. I prefer it to the second one, although I don't mind that really as well. But yeah, like I said, I got that because it was dirt cheap at the time, and knew eventually I was going to pick up a 4K player, and a couple of months down the line I did. So yeah, that was my first 4K. Next up, I've got the X-Men movies from Fox. Basically, I've got these as part of a giveaway from Big Paulie on one of his live streams, I think it was. So stoked to get these, and he sent me the first 3 X-Men movies. So you got X-Men, X-Men 2 and The Last Stand. So yeah, that's fantastic. And he also sent me X-Men First Class. I don't know if these ever had a slip, but obviously it didn't come with a slip, so I'm not fussed. It was free. So that's First Class, and I got X-Men Days of Futures Past. I do own these on Blu-ray as well, but yeah, I can probably get rid of those now. Yeah. And also the final one he sent me, which did come with a slip, that was X-Men Apocalypse. Again, not the greatest X-Men movie, but yeah, there you go. And the last X-Men movie, now I didn't actually win this one, but I picked this up again in a deal. I think it was about a £5. Quite a long time ago. It was one of the first 4Ks I picked up, and it's Dark Phoenix. Again, not the best X-Men film in the world, but added to the collection, so I'm happy to have them. As I say, I'm not too fussed about getting all the Marvel films on 4K. I've got all the Blu-rays, but just maybe going forward, if there's an opportunity to get a 4K, I'm going to do it if it's a decent price. Hence why recently I picked up Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. That was for £10. I got it on my voucher. So yeah, I was happy to pick that up. And obviously didn't own it. This was a no-brainer that I did want to get on 4K when it was released, and that's what I did, and that was Spider-Man No Way Home. Best film of last year. What can you say? Everyone knows what Spider-Man's like. So yeah, happy to have that. Next one is a movie I didn't own on Blu-ray, and again I think got this as part of a deal on Amazon or HMV, I can't remember. And I thought it was time to upgrade it, and that was Blade. Yeah, I started watching this. This is awesome film from back in the day, and yeah, looks great on 4K. The next one I got was a steelbook for a movie that I've only ever seen the original. I've not seen this version. I've still not seen this version despite having the steelbook for how many months now has it been out? What you tell me. But I've got the Justice League steelbook. I think this is an HMV exclusive. I think it was HMV anyway. I was having one of them. But yeah, I've still not got round to watching Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it's the 4-hour runtime. One day I am going to get onto it. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of this steelbook now as well. I think when it come out, I was sort of swept up in all the hype, and I got it. And yeah, I think there's a lot better steelbooks around, but you know, I'm stuck with it. So yeah, there's that. And I have got one other steelbook of a superhero movie. It's another Spider-Man movie, and I picked this up on a deal again from CX on a voucher, and that's Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, I probably want to get hold of Homecoming at some point, maybe on a steelbook, and eventually maybe I'll upgrade No Way Home on a steelbook. It'd be good to have all the Spider-Man movies in steelbook format. But yeah, I thought this was a nice steelbook, so yeah, picked it up from CX on a deal. Okay. So that's superhero movies. Going up next, I've got a few Disney titles. Again, a bit like Marvel films. When a new Disney film comes out, I tend to pick them up a couple of months down the line from CX, and I've got I was pretty much up to date until recently. So these ones, as the more recent films, I've picked them up on 4K. First one I got, this was from CX as well, again on a voucher. Cruella, love this film. I saw this obviously last year, and yet to rewatch it in 4K. But I thought this was a really, really good film. It's probably the best live action film remake film that Disney have done, in my opinion. Next one I picked up not too long ago is Luca. As I said, obviously didn't own this on Blu-ray, and this looked fantastic in 4K. Really enjoyed this film. It's probably my favourite of the most recent films that Pixar have released. I prefer this to Turning Red. What was the other one released? I can't remember. Soul as well. I'm a massive fan of Soul. I've got that on regular Blu-ray. But yeah, Luca, happy to pick that up on 4K. I think it was about a tenner. The next one I picked up is one that was given away, and I think it was in Curry's. This was just a 4K only. Ridiculous price. It was about £1 or something like that, and it's The Incredibles 2. Really enjoyed this one. I'm not a big fan of The Incredibles. In my first movie, it's alright, but I was never that into it. But I remember watching this on a sort of an advanced screening in Cineworld at the time, and I remember just loving it. And like I said, there was this deal in Curry's where you could get these 4Ks for literally £1 or £2. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but yeah, I was lucky enough to manage to pick that up. And at the time, obviously, I didn't have the Blu-ray, so that was fine. The next one is a steelbook of a film I do have on Blu-ray, but I quite like this steelbook, and it was a pretty decent deal, and that is Beauty and the Beast. This is a 4K steelbook. I think it's from Zavvi. Yeah, really like that one. I do enjoy Beauty and the Beast. It's one of my favourite Disney movies. Probably the only other Disney movie I'll probably want to upgrade to 4K from like the original animated films is Aladdin, which is my favourite Disney movie of all time. So at some point I will pick Aladdin up. This next one is another Disney live action film that I managed to get this for about £4 or £5, and at the time I'd not got it on Blu-ray, so it was a bit of a no-brainer. That's Dumbo, one with a nice slip. I want to say it's from CX. Well, I'm not 100% though. Can't really remember. But yeah, I thought it's not a bad film. It's not a bad remake. Probably wasn't necessary, but there you go. Okay, I'll get now over to the rest of the movies. Excuse me. Okay. Next one we've got in the collection is a movie again I've not got around to getting on Blu-ray, but absolutely adore, from the 80s. That's Beetlejuice. Yeah, I love this film. I've seen it loads of times. I have actually watched this 4K as well, and it is really good. But yeah, it was in a deal, so I thought, yeah, I'm gonna get it in 4K. Another one that I didn't have obviously Blu-ray at the time when this was released, and absolutely adore this film as well, and it's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I do want to pick up the other movies when they're released. I know I know Bogus Journey's not on 4K yet. Hopefully it will be one day, but I'll pick that up as well, and eventually the new film, which if we get it cheap enough. I wasn't a massive fan of the new film, but yeah, Excellent Adventure, brilliant film. Highly recommend that one, and it's a good picture on this as well. Okay, next film I've got, I think it was one of the first ones I picked up. I think this, again, I think from CEX. I didn't have it on Blu-ray, so I've got picked up the 4K, and that is Die Hard. Best for Christmas film ever. Yeah, it's a Christmas film. Next one I picked up is a bit of an impulse buy, I'll be honest. At the time, I've never seen this film. I know it's about 1,000,000 hours long, but I believe the 4K is amazing. I've not got around to watching No Surprise, and that is The Ten Commandments. Yeah, fancy bit of old school, and yeah, the old Charlton Heston. Yeah, I thought I'd pick that up. Next film is a film I did see at the cinema. I think it's a fantastic war film, and I think I got this on a deal. From what I remember, this was one of the first 4Ks I picked up as well, and that was 1917. Yeah, great war movie. Not my favourite, but it's very, very good. And the next one I've got is another steelbook. This was in a deal. It was about £6, I think. from, I think it was Xavi at the time, and it's, although again it's not the bestest film in the world, but I wasn't going to leave this behind for such a cheap price, and that's Men in Black International on Steelbook. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't rewatched this one yet. I did see it at the cinema. It was alright. I'm not a massive fan of any of the Men in Black films, if I'm honest. Not massive. Probably favourite's probably the third one because of the time travel aspects of it. But yeah, that's about it really. And the final lot, we're nearly there, guys. The next one I've got is a Space Jam Titans of Cult 4K Steelbook. I'll get this out to show you. Comes with like a pin badge, and that's the Steelbook. Pretty basic, but this was like some ridiculously low price as well that it just couldn't leave behind. I didn't own a Blu-ray. I don't mind the film. I don't know if I'm going to be particularly getting the sequel, although I didn't really mind that ultimately. But I'll probably just grab a Blu-ray of that when it's cheap. But that's just Space Jam. Next one I've got is a movie again I got for about a few quid. And I watched this not long ago. This should have been with my monster movies really, but that's Monster Hunter. This was alright. It's not the worst film in the world. It had some big monsters. I just thought maybe there could have been a few more of them really. But yeah, I think this was from Amazon Italy or something like that. It was I can't remember what I paid. It was really a few quid. So yeah, I'll pick that up. Next one I've got is basically 3 movies in a triple pack basically, and that's the John Wick trilogy, chapters 1 to 3. I think this is actually a US release because you got the hole in the back of the slip there. Yeah, I picked this up for something like 10-11 quid on Amazon. It was some deal at the time. But yeah, that sort of cost for 3 movies is a no-brainer. Didn't own any of the John Wick movies on Blu-ray at the time, so yeah, had to pick that up. Next one, again I got, this is another CX pickup. I didn't own on Blu-ray, own on DVD. Adore this movie from being a kid, and yeah, I picked it up. That's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Gene Wilder, quality film. Well, she didn't come with a slip. That's one of the problems you get when you go CX. You're not always guaranteed a slip. I think I got it online, so there you go. But that's the risk you take. But yeah, that's Willy Wonka. Next one again is, I think this is one of the first 4Ks I picked up as well. It's a movie from 2019, I think it is. Really surprised me, not being a car fan, and that's Le Mans '66, Christian Bale and Matt Damon. I thought this was a fantastic film. I'm still yet to rewatch this on 4K, but I saw that at the cinema, and I said I loved it. I'm just not a car fan. I'm not no real interest in cars, and I'm not a big Christian Bale fan, but I thought he was good in this, and yeah, and just want to pick it up on 4K. Next one is a pickup you would have seen I got on my holidays a couple of weeks back from CX, and that was Fantastic Beasts, the original movie. I picked this up for £5 on a voucher in CX. I don't know if I'm going to pick up the other movies on 4K. Maybe I'll find them for a cheap price, but I just thought with a new movie coming out, which I've not got on Blu-ray, I want to watch these again. And I just saw this for a £5, and I thought that's going to look great in 4K. So yeah, picked it up. And the final one, yeah, got to the last one eventually, is yet another one I got on holiday, which I didn't have on Blu-ray or only on DVD, and that is John Carpenter's The Fog. Yeah, I've not got around to watching this yet on 4K, but I absolutely love this film. I saw it on October last year for the first time. I watched my DVD, and I just thought it was a great movie, and I thought, why have I not watched this earlier? All I'd seen previously was the rubbish remake, but yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out on 4K as well. And that is my complete 4K collection. Yeah, comment down below if you've got any of these movies, or there's any 4Ks that you'd recommend to me. As you can see, I get a wide range of films. I'll pick most things up really. So yeah, give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and ring that bell for more videos like this. And I'll see you next time. Bye guys. Editing Scott here. Yeah, I forgot a 4K that I own. It's another steelbook, and it's Flash Gordon. Yeah, this is one of the first ones I picked up as well. I absolutely love this film from the 80s. You picked up the steelbook, which is probably one of the best steelbooks I own. But yeah, 4K, looks fantastic. It's just 80s cheese, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, one last 4K for you, and that's Flash Gordon. Forgot the name of it now. See you next time, guys.